You're standing in a grocery aisle, holding a receipt. $55 for the same cart you always get. You do the math anyway. Out of habit, higher than last year, higher than the year before that. And somewhere on the news, someone is telling you inflation is coming down. Both of those things are apparently true at the same time. The rate of price increases appears to be slowing. Month over month, the headline number appears to be shrinking. And if that's true, why does your total keep climbing anyway? Here's the part that almost never gets explained clearly. And once you see it, you're going to notice it everywhere for the rest of your life. Inflation is coming down does not mean what you think it means. It doesn't mean prices are dropping. It means prices are still rising, just slower than before. 9%, then 8, then 6, then 4. Every new number gets a headline and a sigh of relief. Every single one of those numbers was still positive. Somehow, that keeps getting reported as good news. A car that's speeding up, gaining real speed every second. Next year, it's still speeding up, just more slowly than before. The news calls that progress, but the car is still gaining speed. It never slowed to a stop. It certainly never went in reverse. For your total to actually come back down, you wouldn't need less inflation. You'd need deflation. Prices falling in absolute terms. A completely different and far scarier animal. Slower is not the same as less. But if a little inflation is normal, even expected, why not just aim for zero? Here's the detail almost nobody states directly. The Federal Reserve isn't trying to get inflation to zero. It never has been. The actual target is roughly 2%. Every year, forever, on purpose, which sounds insane until you see the alternative. If prices started genuinely falling, you wouldn't celebrate. You'd stop spending. Why buy today what's cheaper next month? Multiply that hesitation across an entire economy, and businesses start selling less. A warehouse manager in that economy doesn't get asked to take a 10% pay cut. Wages don't bend that way. People will take a layoff before they'll take a smaller number on the same paycheck. So the company chooses the layoff instead. And every debt you're carrying gets heavier at the same time, because you're paying it back in dollars that are suddenly worth more than the ones you borrowed. Japan spent the better part of 3 decades trying to claw its way out of exactly that trap. Someone, a long time ago, decided a little pain forever beats a lot of pain occasionally. Nobody put that on a pamphlet. The goal was never zero. The goal was just controlled. Which brings you to the part that changes what under control actually means. Once prices go up, they essentially never come back down. Not in aggregate, not across a whole economy. A cart that cost you $40 in 2019 costs something closer to $55 now. It is not going back to 40. Not next year, not in 10. Economists have a word for this resistance to falling. Prices are sticky downward. A business will raise a price without blinking. It will almost never lower one back to where it used to sit. Not because customers wouldn't love it, because the one scenario where falling prices make sense, deflation, is exactly the scenario the whole system is built to avoid. Call it what it actually is, a ratchet. It only turns one direction. Every year clicks the new level into place. It never spins backward. Nobody selling you the ratchet is going to call it a ratchet. So when the headline says, inflation is finally under control, that's not the price war ending in your favor. That's the ratchet clicking into its next notch and staying there. Go back to that receipt in your hand. The total didn't lie to you. It's not confusion, and it's not your imagination. And it's definitely not because you bought more than usual. Somewhere behind that number, a ratchet turned once, and then it held. The rate will keep coming down. It usually does, eventually. But the number in your hand right now, that's the new floor. Nobody is trying to get you back to the old one.